Jay asked me if I would share my perspective as a political scientist on the election. I wanted to start out to say that political scientists, when they study election results, mostly do not find that there's strong evidence that there's a mandate for the candidate who's won, for the policies that the candidate who's won has campaigned on. Instead, they have a term that they call retrospective voting to try to capture the fact that most of the electorate is looking at the last 4 years and asking if they liked how things went. I wanted to bring this up because I think when I look at, what does the election mean? Certainly, I think that there are many people who may have supported Trump for some of his most troublesome views, for his racism, misogyny, anti-trans views, anti-immigrant views. When I think about the election, I remind myself that not everyone who voted for him holds those views, and that's, to me, has been helpful in the last few days. At the same time, I think this is a particularly dangerous candidate with which to have exercised retrospective voting. People from his own cabinet, from his first presidency, have said that he meets the definition of a fascist and that he was not fit for office. Unfortunately, this electorate did not heed those warnings. And I think when I talk to political scientists about their views about this election, they share my concern. I have not found a single political scientist that I know, and I know many, who think that things are going to be okay. And that's a really disturbing place to be in. So what does that mean for us? What does that mean for this community? And one thing is that I think we're all united in together. We come together in this community because we care about public health, we care about social justice, and we need to continue doing that work. But we're also a diverse community that doesn't always share the same views about policy issues. We don't always see eye to eye. So this may be a particularly challenging time to do this, but I think it's very important that we model what it means to be a community who doesn't necessarily always agree with each other. And we make space for that, we honor that, and we don't demean each other when we disagree. Can we really walk that walk? I think that's something that I'm interested in hoping we can foster. I also wonder, when I think about personally what this means for me, I think a lot about the work that I've already done criticizing Trump and his policies during the first administration, and I wonder if I should stop doing that. I've read recently, since the election, that people argue that one of the things that makes it easy for authoritarians to succeed is when the public, when citizens sort of capitulate in advance. So that's been on my mind. I think one of the things that I've seen that really inspires me is that there are governors from 3 states who stepped up immediately after the election. This is J.B. Pritzker, Kathy Hochul, and our own Gavin Newsom. And they came out and said, we're going to protect residents in our states from the kinds of policies that Trump has promised he will pursue. And in an election, when Trump has said that he will go after his enemies, that he's interested in sort of attacking the enemy within, by whom he means progressives, I think it's really courageous for these governors to step up and do that. So I'm trying to take a cue from them to not capitulate in advance and to continue to do the work that I do. And I'm really going to take inspiration as well from this community. I think you all inspire me. I'm hoping we can support each other. And I just want to thank you all for being the great community that you are. Thanks.